What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another video here, Chris's MMA Universe. Before I get started on this video here, I just want to make sure you guys hit that subscribe button and tap the bell to get notified and stay up to date on every video I post here in the future. And let's jump straight into it. So the co-main event of UFC 248 was the most spectacular fight in the strawweight division I think we have ever seen, especially, I mean, if not the best, one of the best title fights in UFC history, especially in the strawweight division. These women went after it. I mean, Joanna and Weili Zhang to actually go at each other in this fight. They were just continuing, just blowing at each other like rock'em sock'em robots. I mean, they were just going at each other in this fight. There was, I mean, you saw everything in this fight, from skill, from toughness, from just beautiful movements going on it was just a beautiful fight. I mean, it was something spectacular to see. It was like feeling so lucky that you were actually being able to witness this going on live. And it was just, these women are just so tough. They're so talented, from seeing talent, from seeing skill, from seeing toughness, from seeing heart. I mean, everything in this fight where Joanna actually ended up, getting that big hematoma to where she just, she wasn't even recognizable at the end. I mean, it was starting to spread even over to her right eye. It was bad. I mean, it was very, very bad. Like what Joe Rogan said, where, she's looking like Frankenstein right now with that forehead, where she ended up having almost like a second head. And that was the worst hematoma I've ever seen in the UFC, period, in any fight that I have actually witnessed. And it was bad, so, but aside from that, this fight was just something else. I mean, in the beginning, it looked like Joanna was kind of tagging Weili, then Weili was coming back at her. Like, Weili kind of found her range, and you saw the significant difference with them actually, striking each other, where Joanna is very technical. Joanna was never known for a knockout, artist, or she was never known to knock out the opponent, but she was known to wear them down. And then, ultimately just win the fight, even if it went to like a dominant, unanimous decision, or, ended up being just to where she wore them down and the ref would actually stop because the ref has seen enough. But in this fight here, you would see Joanna would actually come at Weili. She'll tag Weili, but when you saw Weili hit Joanna, there was a significant difference there, where Weili just had this strength, and with her being so stocky, her being so in shape, where she would crack Joanna, and Joanna would actually, you like feel it, but I mean, Joanna was eating them though. It's not like Joanna was just getting put away or anything like that, but or not even shying away. I mean, these women were going after each other, and they were not stopping. I mean, they were not going to stop. So, but you could just, see the significant difference where if Weili would hit Joanna would actually, get stunned and actually stop for a second, and then Joanna would actually catch Weili, where, I mean, Weili was getting caught herself. Weili was, she ended up getting cut not too late in the fight, and then, Joanna ended up getting that hematoma, which, was kind of, I guess, Joanna was saying in the Octagon interview where she started to feel it. Like towards the later rounds, where it was just it was playing a huge factor. And I mean, I can imagine. I mean, I'm sure you guys can imagine too on what that would do to you in a fight. Like, I mean, it would just, change your whole perspective, change the way things are going, change the way you can, your vision, just I'm pretty sure that was pretty painful for her. But these women put on such a spectacular show where Joanna's still there. Joanna's only 32 years old. Weili's 30 years old. So Weili's in her prime. But being 32, you could say that Joanna's in her prime as well. It just seems like Joanna's starting to meet her matches now, where, there's these women that she's ended up going against where, she's actually losing now, where, I mean, Joanna has 4 losses now. So Joanna actually lost in title fights where, she ended up going against, she has 2 losses against Rose. She has, a loss against, the assassin in Valentina Shevchenko in the 125 division, and now has a loss against Weili. So I'm not really sure what's going to be next for Joanna. I guess we'll see what's going on there, but it looks like Tatiana Suarez is going to be next for Weili. And I mean, I don't know if Tatiana's going to have enough to go against Weili to actually be able to beat Weili, but she would definitely take it to Weili, I'm sure. Like, I'm sure that would be a tough fight for Weili, because you can see where, I guess nobody really knew how things were going into the deep waters with Weili, where if this fight went on for longer, everybody thought Weili was going to gas, but she didn't gas. She was in there. It seemed like she was slowing down in round 3, but then kind of caught her second win and ended up stepping up to the plate where, she was still swinging with everything she had, where she was trying to find a finishing shot on Joanna, but Joanna was going nowhere. These women were not going nowhere. They were staying in it. They were staying in it to win it, but Weili ended up doing enough by split decision, no less. So it wasn't like Joanna was just completely out of the gate, where Weili just ended up, getting that unanimous decision as if it was a dominant victory. Weili had to do everything that she in her power, everything that she can do to win this fight. She had to stay in there the entire time, and she was definitely in there the entire time, as was Joanna. This was a spectacular fight where I feel so fortunate to be able to watch it live. I feel so fortunate being a UFC fan, just being an MMA fan, just, loving what I was able to see in that co-main event. And that co-main event, like I think Joe Rogan said it the best, it definitely stole the show. They definitely stole the show. And like what DC said, where it seemed like they saved the show, because imagine if they didn't put on a spectacular fight like that, but then you ended up seeing the main event, where the main event wasn't, wasn't action-packed. But I agree. I think that this fight definitely saved it. I believe that this fight stole it. And this was the fight that everybody was anticipating. They were waiting on this fight to see how I'm sorry. It seemed how Joanna, their names are pretty similar. But, to see how Joanna would do against Weili Zhang, where a champion in Joanna going against Weili, the UFC world strawweight champion. And it was like champion versus champion. I'm telling you, that fight was like a champion versus a champion. And we all know that Joanna, as of right now, holds the record of over 900 days being the champion. Or I believe she defended this. This is without checking. I believe she defended it 5 times in the octagon, where Weili is, definitely some shoes to fill. But Weili looked like she can do it. Looks like Weili's going to go against Tatiana Suarez next. That's what it looks like is going to line up to be. But both women are going to have to heal before they take on anybody else. I know Weili's going to have to heal up. Joanna's definitely going to have to heal up. That was a spectacular fight, a spectacular matchup. It definitely lived up to the hype. And I really want to know what you guys think about this fight. I really want to see your guys' comments. If you like this video, make sure to hit the like button. If you enjoy my content, make sure to subscribe. And I'll see all you guys in the next one.